What's up, LEGO fans? Here today with another video from Loki LEGO. Today we're going to be looking at the BrickSketches sets that are coming out on the 15th of July. They'll each cost around €20 and range somewhere between 150 and 180 pieces in each set, depending on the set, of course. I did a recent video about summer 2020 LEGO Star Wars releases, and of course there are a couple LEGO Star Wars BrickSketches included in here, which I did not include in that video because I think these are better to review together. Let's start with set 40386. It's Batman. The piece count is not completely clear, or at least it was not widely available. But like I said, this, along with the others, comes out on July 15th, although they were initially slated to come out on June 1st, which clearly they didn't. I mean, for me, the depiction of Batman itself is quite nice. It's, yeah, accurate enough. I like the way that the bat ears kind of poke out over the top of the frame. But there is not a lot of detail in this particular brick sketch. I think they could have added some more detail. I'm not sure where, but there's not much definition. There's only really the mouth, the growling mouth or the scowling mouth, and the eyes that really stand out for me in this particular brick sketch. But yeah, overall it's not a bad depiction. So next we'll move on to the LEGO Star Wars 40391. This is the First Order Stormtrooper. It's an interesting choice that they chose the First Order Stormtrooper and not a normal Imperial or Empire Stormtrooper. I think this one demonstrates a bit more curves than maybe the original Stormtrooper would. So yeah, it was, I think, overall an interesting choice, especially considering it does reflect more what the recent movies have shown. Although with the popularity of The Mandalorian, maybe the original Stormtroopers would have worked quite well in this particular choice as well. Again, like the LEGO Batman one, you see that the depiction of the Stormtrooper does actually go over the edges of the frame, if that's what you want to call it, or the outside of the base, which I think is an interesting feature. And this one does have a few more details, so to say, than the Batman one, with the grills on either side, as well as a sort of ventilation piece here. We'll move on to the next one, which is the Joker. This is set 40428. This one I think is, in my opinion, a lot better than the Batman sketch. I know Batman himself, of course, is a lot less detail figure, in the sense that he does wear a black cowl and there's not much to pick out from in that, but the Joker, of course, has a lot more individual features which can be accentuated, as you can see with the mouth that's been extended with these pieces on the side, as well as the very interesting use of these grass, or most oftenly used in plant featured eyebrow pieces. The eyes look fantastic with the yellow on the black and white tile, and I think the shape of the jawline is very good, as well as the color that is being used. And again, like the others, you'll see the top of the Joker, the hair piece goes over the edge of the frame, which I think is a very nice feature and makes it much more dynamic and 3D. And then lastly we have BB-8. Now, from the pictures that we've seen, by the way, this is set 40431. But yeah, from the pictures that we've seen of the set as it's being built and reviewed, the head is actually built separately and then placed onto this, which I think is very interesting, because obviously if you're familiar with previous BB-8 builds, whether it be the minifigure or the UCS style BB-8, set, the head is always something that is very loosely attached or separate from the body, as we're also familiar with in the movie. So I think that's a fun part of this. A lot more detail on this one too. I think an improvement of this one over the Stormtrooper, but unlike the other three, this one does not go outside the boundaries of the frame. I think this one does lack a little authenticity in the sense that it's not a complete BB-8, although I know none of the others are complete versions of those characters, but in BB-8's case you feel maybe they could do a better job of making a complete version of him, or at least make him look a bit more round. These straight edges on the side just give him a bit too much of an angular concept, and the thing everybody loves about BB-8 is that he's a round rolling ball, and that's missing from this in general. So overall, what do I think of the BrickSketches? Honestly, I think they're not really necessary. It's a nice idea. I can understand that LEGO has encouraged this, and I think it's nice that they're not trying new things, but I'm not quite sure who's buying this. When you have the busts that came out for LEGO Star Wars of Boba Fett and the Stormtrooper and the TIE Fighter pilot, as well as the Darth Vader and Sith Trooper busts, those are clearly what LEGO is targeting the adult fans of LEGO community with, and they are marketed as such, and they are very fantastic builds. And the playsets that you have, on the other hand, are much more to your more traditional younger LEGO fans, something to play with, and I'm not quite sure where these fall in between there, because I think given the choice, LEGO fans, adult LEGO fans at least, are more likely to purchase a bust than they are something like this. So I'm not sure who this is supposed to be marketed to. Also, at 20 euros, I'm not sure that this is something that's worth that, when you can pick up for just 10 bucks more soon a 501st Battle Pack, which is much more appealing and something that a lot of fans have been genuinely screaming for the past couple of years. So I'm not sure who's buying these and if they're really that fantastic display pieces. I hope they do well and that there is more of a market for these than I think there might be, but time will tell. I don't think I'm going to be picking up any of these unless I can get them at a deep discount, and then only really to complete my LEGO Star Wars collection. But I think for now this is not something that's for me. Maybe it's for you. Let me know what you think in the comments, and leave a like and subscribe if you like the videos, and hope to see you in the next one.